Hello, this is Rakesh Rao from DesignSense Software Technologies, Bangalore. In this video, I'm going to talk about the BOM-BOQ tools of CADPower. CADPower has a powerful portfolio of bill of material or bill of quantities tool or quantity takeoff procedures which help you to extract quantities from your drawing. Now, quantities does not just mean the quantities in its literal sense. It can also include cost analysis, time analysis, weight analysis, and so on. So our BOQ tools are following several workflows. So let me explain some of these workflows. The first and most simplest is the count blocks workflow. In the count blocks workflow, this is a procedure where you count the number of blocks in your drawing. They have to be named blocks and not anonymous blocks. And from these blocks, it produces a table which gives you the count of the blocks, the names of the blocks, the description, and there's also an option to add cost and time. Now we have two parameters, cost and time. Cost is obvious. If your block represents a chair or a table, then you assign a cost to it. Time is also an attribute we have offered as an option. So it could be time to install, time to procure, or time to manufacture, or whatever. So if you add both cost and time or either of them, you can produce that output neatly in a table. Of course, the table can be exported to Excel also via CSV files. Next workflow that I want to talk about is count scale factors workflow. The count scale factor workflow is a workflow where you fill a rectangular or a polygonal area with a rectangular tile. Now think of it as a floor tile or a wall tile or an aluminum panel or any other rectangular piece of design element. So you specify a standard size. For example, if I want to cover a large area with tiles and I have 1000 by 700 mm as my standard tile, so I will define that as my standard tile, and our routine is going to cover the entire area with these tiles. Then we have very flexible options to edit the tiles so that the edge pieces can be edited as per your requirements. Once that is done, you call the BOQ command, which in this case is called as the count tiles or the count tile workflow or the count scale factor workflow. So internally it uses a block from your CAD platform like AutoCAD or BricsCAD. So it's a simple block which just is a rectangle and has got two attributes for size and description. You can quickly produce a table which has a complete count of all your standard tiles as well as your non-standard tiles. You can also perform area analysis, and if your tile is defined as a 3D element, you can also get volume or weight and so on. So this is the second workflow. The third workflow that I want to talk about is linear quantities workflow. In the linear quantities workflow, you may have a drawing which contains linear objects like wires or cables or ducts or pipes and so on. These could be in different layers depicting different types of wires or cables, and each one of them can have their own cost, own weight per unit length, cost per unit length. All those parameters can be easily entered. Now once you have this information in your drawing, you can easily run the linear quantities workflow and produce a nice table which gives you a complete linear quantities for your drawing. Now this tool internally uses Xdata to store all the information that you define, and it can be reproduced and generated into a quantity table in no time. So these are broadly the three most important workflows that we have in our BOM-BOQ section. So give it a try and do let us know if you have any questions. Thank you.